Hey folks, Lumpz the Clown here, and depending on what type of gamer you identify as, what I'm about to tell you could be construed as either good news or a crippling blow to everything that you know and love. Sideseat gaming, or helping, how it has grown more obnoxious thanks to the internet, and why we should just stop doing it. So when did this already well-known phenomenon bubble into the gigantic meddling monstrosity that it is today? In the mid to late 2000s, MMORPGs like World of Warcraft and the Elder Scrolls arrived at a time when there was a huge demand to play more in-depth video games with friends and total strangers. No longer content with casual titles like Farmville or killing zombies with health food, and fueled by the release of Microsoft's Windows Live Service and Blizzard's StarCraft II announcement, the demand was plain. We want to play online with our friends. Being a gamer in 2007, I sat back and watched my beloved single-player titles either be relegated to the bargain bin or decried by the so-called and upcoming PC master race as filthy casual. There's no way that I could explain to these vocal detractors that my PC gaming days started with Doom, Traffic Department 2192, and Battle Chess, all three of which are single-player games, might I add, and continued on with Warcraft 2 and 3, both of which feature an online option through the now-defunct Battle.net, and yet both of them sporting a rich one-player narrative. I never even got the chance to fire up Battle.net before it was shut down, and honestly, I don't feel like I've missed out on much. Despite my reluctance towards the ever-growing world of online gaming, I ponied up the $15 a month subscription fee for World of Warcraft and jumped in headfirst with an open mind. What did I find aside from the otherwise beautiful environs of Azeroth? Quests that require 20 of whatever item to complete that are an absolute slog to grind for, a formulaic approach on Blizzard's part that encouraged long, sometimes harmful sessions as opposed to short bursts to justify the $15 a month cost. Forced PvP after level 25 where I was promptly stomped by other players. Assholes with a serious inferiority complex who hurl expletives at perceived noobs. Those last two items are what swore me off of MMORPGs for life. Sure, the game was good to look at, and did a very good job of making me feel like I was simultaneously accomplishing everything and not accomplishing jack shit. But what ended my 4 months of being a WoW subscriber was, quite simply, the other players. The big sell of any MMORPG is that you can play with other people around the world simultaneously. But if I was not enjoying the company I found myself with, then that eliminates the overall purpose that Blizzard was heavily touting back in 2007. Even something as innocuous as boarding the wrong ship bound for foreign lands would get you bashed and shit-talked the whole way there. So what if I want to go there if it doesn't fit with your narrative? What if I want to see what's over that hill or on the other side of the sea? I'm exploring, fuckers. Leave me alone. I believe that if I were to be doing a couch co-op with these particular players, they'd be that side-seat gamer who's always telling me all the ways that I'm fucking up. This behavior wasn't tolerated when I first discovered games, and it sure as hell wasn't tolerated from some random little man asswipe thousands of miles away. And now I was paying $15 a month for the privilege. Being friends with a number of fellow streamers, we've all pretty much agreed that side-seat gamers suck. They simply can't sit back and enjoy the experience of someone else playing their favorite game without adding their 2 cents. Some of these streamers have even gone so far as to ban these users for violating the individual terms of their channel. But I think I know why people side-seat game so badly. Have you ever experienced frustration watching someone else play your favorite title and proceed to flounder about like they don't have a fucking clue? Didn't it take every ounce of your soul to ward off the harsh words that were knocking at the back of your teeth just begging to see the light of day? No, don't fucking do that. Go over there, dumb shit. Believe me, I've been there, and I believe a lot of us have as well. The trick is to turn that part of yourself off. When the controller is not in your hands, you are at that point a spectator, nothing more. By endlessly lamenting the actual player that they totally missed that hidden and easy to find P-whistle, or that Cloud is not as pretty as he could be in that predictable passive-aggressive fashion, you're robbing the player of the rich experience of playing a game for the first time. Do you remember the time you found your first warp pipe in Super Mario Bros? That awesome feeling of accomplishment of finding something because you were savvy enough to think outside the box? For many of us, that feeling will never return when we go back and play our favorite games. All of its secrets are ours now, and that initial rush is forever lost in our jaded minds, and that's why I think many of us possess a natural instinct to side-seat game. It's hard to watch other people fail. It's like watching somebody fruitlessly try to tie their shoes. As the knot-tying champion of the world, you want to run over and show them how it's done because watching them fuck it all up is like somebody putting a cheese grater on your brain. You simply can't stand it. We like to think that we're helping them, but really we just want our visual torment to end. My theory is this. Despite what the market may tell you at times, there will always be a demand for single-player games because of this phenomenon. The so-called help that we get from seasoned players has and never will be welcome unless solicited. But because many of us simply can't keep our mouths shut, these newer players will simply opt not to invite your ass to the party, plain and simple. Whether it's staying on a non-PvP server or playing TMNT in the solitude of their room, your prying ass won't be there to ruin what very well could be a deeply personal audiovisual experience for them. It's the same reason why I don't stream certain popular games. I know damn well that certain viewers simply won't be able to help themselves. Could you imagine playing a casual run of Symphony of the Night only to have your chat rated by 300 pro Symphony of the Night players? What about Dota 2? How long before one of them pops off with some unsolicited advice? I give it about 2 seconds, or one if they type really fast. Here's the thing though. Whenever we do our damnedest to dictate the action via unsolicited advice and mind control, we're robbing the player of the chance to play the game their own way. This diatribe shouldn't be taken as an attack on MMORPGs or other online games. I have quite a few online buddies who enjoy these titles, and I think the absolute world of them. They just shouldn't expect me to ride up into Azeroth anytime soon. I understand that they play video games for different reasons than me, and given that these titles are played by millions around the world, I'd say that they've more than earned their spot in the sun. In truth, a lot of people quite enjoy the social aspect that comes with playing an MMORPG, just like they did with Farmville. Negative-ass Facebook notifications be damned. On the other hand, many others play a game to escape the sometimes harsh realities of everyday life, most times in solitude. As for myself, when I feel ready to hang out with some cool folks, all I have to do is open OBS, hit start streaming, and band my fellow nerds together to form one gigantic mega nerd that would surely rip the asshole right out of Godzilla's scaly rump. So please, developers, don't forget about us single-player aficionados. We are depending on you to provide us a world we can escape to and absorb in our own unique way. Whether it's soaking in the amazing musical score, the eye-popping visuals, the captivating story, or everything else, we've come with no other agenda other than to play your game. Better make it amazing. And sideseat gamers, just stop. If you really want to get your buddy to see how totally awesome the adventures of Lolo is, shut your mouth and let them figure it out in their own way. If they like it, they like it. But they'll reach that determination on their own time, they will own that shit, and you'll be doing your part to keep our hobby pure and unadulterated. Don't be that guy everybody wants to beat down for being a know-it-all. They're the worst, aren't they? This is Lumpz the Clown, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Lumpz the Clown out.